All right, today we're going to look at Max King's kick. We think Max King is the best young key forward in the comp, and if he sorts out these little things with his game, he's going to be one of the best key forwards the game has ever seen. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and hopefully Max gets to have a look. All right, so to help Max King, the first thing he's got to do is sort out his grip. Number one, when he grips the ball, he's got a lot of his hand on the back panel and some coverage on the front with his fingers angled like that. We want him to get more fingers on the front and some on the back. So 3 and 2, something like that. And more fingers pointing towards the grass. So that's the first adjustment. The next adjustment, Max likes to hold the ball in this closed style here. When he pushes it out, he can't get any hand action on the ball. We suggest that he opens that grip up a little bit like this. So then that's going to promote that hand control. So less like that, more open. The next one is the less twist. When Max has got his grip, he actually twists the laces like this and they're pointing out that way, even though the goals are straight there. So he's got to get those laces pointing to the goals, better coverage of fingers, okay, and that open grip. The last one Max needs to think about is when he's walking in, he's flicking the ball around too long, okay? He might flick it early, but when he's into his walk or run up, he needs to hold this grip set so then he can focus on that proper grip to promote control. The next step for Max to improve is the pushing phase. So this is going to help by that open grip. Once he's got the open grip, he needs to push the ball to here and get it near a horizontal plane like that, okay? So it's an open grip, pushing out with 2 horizontal plane. This is going to promote hand control on the ball and it'll help his ball drop. At the moment, Max has got his grip like this in that closed manner. He pushes out and the ball is like that. And from here, he can't get any hand action. Okay, so open it up, follow it down, and that should improve. He needs to get that balance arm and shoulder back to promote more stability, and shoulder back, chest forward, and that's going to help him promote some upper body power as well. So he needs to shift from here, shoulder back, chest forward, allow for some upper body motion. All right, the next point for Max is, now all the things we've spoken about with the open grip and the drop, this should help this very point. When he drops the ball, he's actually dropping it on the inside of his leg and it doesn't get in line with his leg. It actually drops inside his leg and that therefore is going to affect the contact point. So what he needs to do is make sure that ball is over the kick leg and not on the inside, okay? And that will help his contact point to hit the sweet spot. All right, the next one is Max needs to get a little bit more fluency in his run-up. So we suggest just quickening up those last 3 to 5 steps to allow a more fluent approach to the goals. So at the moment, Max doesn't generate much speed in his last 3 steps. So something like this, okay, open grip, and then from here, generate some speed. And that's going to allow him to get better momentum through the footy. All right, the next thing is foot position for Max. You need to have an ankle locked out at contact. At the moment, what Max is doing, he's rolling his ankle out this way. We need to firm it up and lock that ankle out and less roll out like that. And that should promote a better contact point for him. Okay, this is a huge one for Max. And I think this will help with a bit quicker run-up as well, more momentum and more fluency. Max's hips at the moment, when he contacts the ball, his hips and shoulders will go that way, even though the goals are straight ahead. So Max's hips always twist this way and his body always finishes over there, hence why he misses to the left a lot. What he needs to do is get his hips and shoulders through to the target and that momentum going forward, and his accuracy will go through the roof. Once Max gets those hips and shoulders, he needs to focus on momentum to the target. At the moment when he kicks, he finishes off this way, to the right all the time. So rather than kicking and finishing off that way, I want him to finish straight to the target, and that's going to promote accuracy as well.
All right, this is one of the most important aspects we would like Max King to focus on, and that is what he's thinking about at this time when he's having a set shot. We want him to simplify it, get all the voices out of your head and come up with 1 or 2 cues that help you with your goal kicking. So it might be getting your grip right, it might be looking beyond the target, or it might be getting your momentum straight through and no hip twist and shoulder twist. Whatever it is, 1 or 2 thoughts to give you confidence and go through that routine, okay? From here, the concern with Max is, and it's been well publicized, is his ball grip, okay? So when you're looking at this here, you can see that Max moves it multiple times, okay? So he's got his grip, he twists it once there, okay? Then he gets his grip again. Now he's thinking about it, and then we get another twist. So now the grip is slightly different again, all right? Then we get another twist for the third, then a little rotation there for the fourth, and now we seem to have that ball grip set. Now the problem with this ball grip is right here, okay? We'll have a look at that. We'll even put a spotlight on it. Now, have a look at the left hand. So this is the hand that's coming off. That is well surrounded on the front panel. Whereas the other hand, you can't see much of it. There's a little bit of coverage there, and it's more on the side of the football with limited coverage on the front. Okay, here is the biggest concern with Max King's grip. You can see the laces there, how they're actually pointing out this way, okay? They should be pointing directly towards the goal. The ball has actually rolled in this side. So on the pushing phase, those laces will be facing out this way, and then he has to roll them back out, which is going to create a lot of inconsistencies, okay? So Max definitely needs to work on this hand position, which is his guide hand. We'd like to see that thumb get more coverage closer to here, okay, the middle of the ball, and would like more coverage of those fingers on the front panel. This hand here isn't of great concern as it's just coming off the ball, but we really would like him to focus on that guide hand and less twist of the ball so the laces aren't facing this way. So here's another great view of his ball grip, and now we can see his guide hand in a little bit more detail. These fingers are wrapping around the footy this way. We would like these fingers more pointing towards the ground if he could. We'd also like this thumb to shift a bit closer this way. I would also like to see a greater coverage of these fingers here. You can see there's not much coverage on the front panel, only small amounts of the hand, okay? So if you look at the picture here of more of an open grip, more coverage on the front and some on the back, this is going to help Max King control the ball much more in his ball drop. The next aspect of Max King's kicking that we would focus on is his momentum to the target. You can clearly see here that his hips and shoulders twist as he's kicking, therefore the ball will go from right to left, okay? So what Max King needs to do here is get his body in alignment to the goals. You can see here that that body's probably in line to that goalpost. We need to get it more in line to the goals, and we need to get our momentum through to the target. Now watch this, where does his momentum go? Okay, at the moment, his leg swing is actually going out this way and his hips and shoulders are pointing out there, and as a result, that's where the ball goes. Okay, you can see that ball appearing there because that's where his hips and shoulders are falling. Now you can see that he's falling off his kick this way, okay? Have a look at that. So he's falling off his kick this way. He really needs to focus on getting some forward momentum and less of this lateral stuff out here. That is going to be a huge help for him and a major, major growth area for Big Max. At the moment, his body is in alignment. Now, as he kicks, watch where his hips and shoulders fall to, okay? So he's in alignment here. We'll draw the same line as before. They are in line with the goals. As he strikes the ball, okay, now his hips and shoulders are pointing this way, which is exactly where the ball goes, okay? And once again, his momentum is not going towards this guy on the mark. His momentum is actually falling across here, and you'll see that in that motion there. So he's really getting no momentum to the target. He's relying a lot on his leg power, okay? So as he strikes the ball, he's getting not enough momentum and has to strike the ball really hard with that leg, hence why he's pulling it around his body. So this will be one of the last things that we would suggest for Max is to build momentum in his run-up. At this point, you're walking, and then we need to build a few more faster jogging steps to create that momentum so we don't have to swing as hard with our leg and we can concentrate on our timing. So all these things put together for Max will create a more fluent and a more technical style that will allow him consistency in the art of goal kicking. So you can see there that Max holds the ball straight up and down on that 90 degrees type manner, where Membry likes to sit the ball back in more of an open grip, and you can see it's a much more open angle where Max is more the traditional close grip. We think this will promote more control for Max in his ball drop and help that kicking motion. So something to think about there. From here, we're going to look at the different pushing phases, okay? So we'll look at Max first as he pushes. Okay, you can see he gets the ball on a little bit of an angle, okay? So we'll just draw that angle there. So you can see we'll right on the Sharon there, we'll draw that angle, and you can see that Max is about that 50 degrees. When Membry pushes it out, you can see the ball matches his hand, so a much more comfortable looking kick, and you can see that out that way, all right, and we'll go straight there, and it's much more on a horizontal plane, and you can see it's 21 degrees, so 30 degrees difference. We think this will help Max, particularly in the next phase where he's going to push the ball down that out and in motion, okay? So you can see they're both synced as the balance arm is coming off. So just a little bit of adjustment in this ball position, and we'd really like to see Max's hand match the footy exactly like Membry's, okay? From here now, we'll watch Max drop the ball, okay? Now you can see it's a bit hard because it's on the other side, but he's probably lost control about there, and Membry's about there as well. So they're both controlling the ball fairly well. Now from here, you will watch Max contact the ball, okay? So he's got that nice leg backswing, and as he's contacting, you can see there that he does lean back on the ball a little bit, but interesting to note that Membry is doing very similar when you look at it like that, okay? So a lot of people are saying that he's leaning back too far. We don't think this is his biggest problem, all right? Now, one of his big problems is his foot shape. So at contact, both boys have got their foot locked out, but what you'll see is in Max's is after he kicks that foot, we'll just go over here a little bit, you can see now that foot shape is turned in, okay? So have a look there at that foot shape. Now we're going to look at Membry's, okay? And you'll see a little bit different action there where Membry's is more strong and firm and pointed to the target, where we can clearly see that instep of Max King's foot there. Now I know they're on different sides, but it's something that has come up a lot in the photos as well. Now one of the big differences happens right from here. You'll notice both boys have got their hips and their shoulders pointing towards the target. But watch what happens to Max King. Okay, now he's facing this way towards the camera, okay, with hips and shoulders. So this is a big problem for Max where he's twisting and now he's facing out this way where the goals are there. Now we're going to look at Membry's, okay, and you can see there's no twist there. His body just gets straight through. It has not twisted that way like Max King's. So this is a big feature of Membry's kicking where he just gets nice momentum to the target that way with very, very limited twist that way. Where Max King, okay, is getting contact and then there's a clear twist over this way, and that is causing a lot of dramas for him.